So the news that has dominated wrestling news over the past 48 hours, the Karrion Kross and Scarlett leaving WWE news. Now, if you haven't watched it, there is a documentary uploaded on Killer Kross's YouTube channel. And do you know what? He's so well spoken, so polite, so genuine when he talks about, obviously, the We Want Kross chants, the situation backstage, people being against him. Both Scarlett and Karrion Kross have advertised on social media that they are now accepting bookings, which makes this feel less of a work. They have obviously opened up their Pro Wrestling Tees store again, so if you want to support them outside of WWE, you can do that. Obviously, their merch hasn't disappeared yet from WWE shop, but we've seen that in the past. It took a few months for Braze to disappear, for example. I think a lot of people expected Raw tonight to be hijacked with We Want Kross chants. There was a couple of signs around the arena of We Want Kross. Obviously, fans showing that support. Lots of t-shirts as well, I noticed. There is this narrative online of, the crowd didn't hijack the show. No one really cares for Karrion. That's not true. This was a very vocal Quebec crowd who obviously don't get the shows all too often. So when they do, they went all out enjoying them with huge chants like Dirty Dom, Iyo Sky. Throughout all the matches tonight, they were very vocal. And as we've seen in the past, when those chants usually do happen, it's usually in a very sort of disappointing match moment. Michael Cole would mention Kross, though, obviously in reference to Sami Zayn beating him at SummerSlam, but Xavier Woods also finishing his segment tonight backstage with the words TikTok. Obviously, Karrion Kross was instrumental in the New Day turning heel, so that was nice to see, a little tribute there to Kross. Is this a work? Is it real? I'm leaning more towards it being real right now, but it's WWE. We've seen some insane stuff recently. Anything is possible. But let me know all your thoughts on what you think about Karrion Kross leaving WWE in the comment section down below. This is things you might have missed from WWE Raw. Make sure you've hit the like button, and if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. Okay, we need to talk about Bayley because this came out of nowhere and it could be really interesting. I actually have no idea where WWE are going to go with this. It's all theory based, but are we going to get a dark Bayley? We've seen on social media recently, she's sort of talking to herself, and today she did a promo, very sort of down, but very reminiscent. She was obviously taking accountability for mistakes, saying now she's alone. But then, at the end, it all went black, and you heard ding dong and that evil kind of laugh. What on earth was that? Bayley heard this like noise. You can see her putting her hands up to her ears, and obviously sort of this noise is like some kind of awakening, I think, and something inside of her is awakened. Is it going to be like a dark evil character? Or maybe some kind of like psycho character. Psycho Bayley could be interesting. A heel turn may be in the works here with this new character, which obviously sounds right. Honestly, a new theme song would be cool as well. We're going to have to wait and see if this is a brand new character and what this actually means for Bayley. But I'm interested in this. What do you think it means though? Let me know in the comments section down below. It would be CM Punk starting off tonight's Raw, coming out apologising to the WWE Universe because he feels like he's let everyone down because he's not the current World Heavyweight Champion, saying he has a Seth Rollins problem, telling Seth he will get his world title back, and when he does, Seth won't have to fake an injury because he's going to break his legs. Things got a bit more tense though when LA Knight came out, and LA Knight not happy with Punk's involvement at the end of his match last week on Raw. Punk saying he basically saved LA Knight's career because Seth was going to crack his head on the concrete like a coconut. Honestly though, from two of the best talkers in WWE, I kind of expected more from this. Not gonna lie, it didn't hit for me. Paul Heyman would emerge though with the two Bronnies, and the match was sort of laid out. The challenge for tonight, Bron and Bronson versus Punk and LA Knight. Great to see though that Steiner math is very much alive in 2025. As Bron Breakker would say, you're 47, you're 40, you're like 100 combined. What are you going to do? I mean, the math definitely adds up. I'm not going to be the dude to tell Bron Breakker he's wrong. I'm just saying. Can I just make a point though, right? We've got Paul Heyman announcing Bron Breakker as the future of WrestleMania. Seth Rollins is currently the World Heavyweight Champion. The Oracle is Paul Heyman. And what, Bronson Reed just has the Shula Fowler with a foot fetish? What? A face-to-face tonight between Jey Uso and LA Knight. It took 2 weeks of LA Knight being on Raw for him to come face-to-face with a Fatu. He's been doing this on SmackDown for years. What are we doing? Honestly, man, LA Knight, right? I love the fact he's getting a push, but we're definitely going to get an LA Knight versus Jey Uso match, aren't we? Seth Rollins would get involved in tonight's main event, attacking CM Punk. By the way, I love this double team move by the two Bronnies. That looks like it definitely hurts. Jey Uso would make the save before Adam Pearce would appear and make a huge announcement for Clash in Paris. Seth will defend the championship against Jey Uso, LA Knight, and CM Punk in a fatal four-way. That's pretty huge. Immediately following the announcement, though, frustration would come over Punk and LA Knight. They would brawl. Jey Uso would catch a back elbow from LA Knight, allowing Seth's group to take advantage and stand tall once again. With no Roman Reigns, though, in the world title match at Clash in Paris, could we see Roman versus Bron Breakker or Bronson Reed? Probably makes more sense for Bronson Reed, considering the dude keeps nicking his shoes and everything, but we'll see. Triple A's Triple Mania will take place this Saturday, and it is available on WWE's YouTube channel globally. To obviously build a bit of hype for it, tonight was a tag match to kick off Monday Night Raw as Dominik Mysterio teamed with El Grande Americano, taking on Dragon Lee and AJ Styles. Dominik and El Grande Americano would be successful tonight, and unbelievably, with El Grande Americano pinning AJ Styles. It wasn't clean though, obviously Americano dropping the metal plate, Dom then putting the mask back on, loading up his mask to then headbutt AJ Styles. This tag match got a lot of time though, but it was really good. Lots of stuff, obviously El Grande Americano ripping the mask of Dragon Lee in the commercial break of the match, and then you'd see that insanely cool monkey flip into a Styles clash. As I said, Dom did wrestle part of this match with that mask on. He took it off again to put it on again later on. There was a really interesting spot though, as AJ chased Dom around the ring. He'd take Dom over the barricade. But of course it wasn't just Dom. There was a cameraman as well. The cameraman went over the barricade. Seen it all now. Let's do some fantasy booking though, right? Dominik Mysterio is calling himself the King of the Luchadors. The King of the Luchadors needs subjects, doesn't he? Could you imagine if this whole El Grande Americano thing with the other ones that popped up in previous weeks are actually working for Dirty Dom? That would be interesting. We found out earlier today the English commentary team will be Corey Graves and JBL for Triple Mania. A lot of people noticing in the Judgment Day's clubhouse the Terror Twins were being matched up against Dom and Roxanne. So are we looking at a full-time partnership here for Roxanne Perez and Dominik Mysterio? Roxanne Perez got a huge win tonight, defeating Iyo Sky with a little help from Asuka and Kairi, causing an unexpected distraction to Iyo. Iyo obviously backstage saying, "You didn't help me," like really frustrated at this loss, and Asuka would push her. Asuka's frustration is growing. Are we going to get a heel Asuka? Also, Asuka versus Iyo Sky. I wouldn't mind watching that match. I think those two would absolutely cook. Roxanne was a replacement tonight to face Iyo Sky. It was originally meant to be Iyo versus Naomi for the Women's World Championship. I'm going to assume the match would have ended the same way. But at the start of the show, Michael Cole confirmed it. It was also confirmed by WWE on social media earlier today that Naomi is not medically cleared and therefore wouldn't have wrestled tonight, which, as you can probably imagine, has created a lot of fan speculation of what's wrong with Naomi. Some people saying she didn't want to travel to Canada. Some people saying, maybe she's got some kind of injury in training. Some people are even saying that she's pregnant. And honestly, please just stop. What are we doing when we're speculating about someone's health? Like, we don't know what the hell's wrong with Naomi. It could be absolutely anything. There's no update from WWE yet. They did tell us to keep note on social media. But speculating over someone's health is just weird. Next week, we're going to get a match between Xavier Woods and Penta. Okay, that feud's continuing. Gotta note, though, Xavier's very tiny hat this week after the monstrosity that was that giant hat last week. Love it. Sami Zayn would take on Rusev And it just finished because the MFTs would get involved, taking out Sami Zayn after what happened on SmackDown. Okay, of course this was going to happen. I should have predicted this, to be honest. Solo Sikoa standing tall tonight over Sami Zayn. Looks like that will be a feud for the United States Championship. Not gonna lie, when Sami was leaving and like Michael Cole was like, everything's against Sami, I did think maybe we'd see like Kross come and attack him from behind or something. Sheamus would then come out brawling with Rusev through the audience. I love these two brawling, that's really fun. Still no word on when they're going to do the third match or if it's going to have a stipulation. I feel like it needs to. Sheamus would throw a security guard over the commentary desk in this brawl though, and he was still there later on. Don't you love it? Michael Cole was like, this dude hit my elbow, I don't care. Love it. Becky Lynch defeated Maxine Dupree tonight. No Nikki Bella. Becky winning with a disarmament, really not a surprise here, but it was an okay defense of Becky. I thoroughly enjoyed tonight's Raw. I think that Bayley hook really got me involved. So for me, a very solid 8.5 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, you'll never miss an upload. Like the video, share the video, and I'll see you soon. Peace!